Hi everybody. So the best way to start is to kind of tell you a story why I'm doing this project. So this is gonna be like the first video, even before the video of me explaining why I'm using this bike. When I was in high school, I kind of always dreamt of biking through the whole coast of Croatia. But it kind of never happened because, well, as a high schooler, you're a little bit too young, and then when you're at college, you have other obligations that you have to attend to. So there was like never the right time to do it. And after I quit my job, like now 4 or 5 years ago, I finally decided to get my motorcycle license. That's something that I wanted to do for years, and that was like the right time. I had free time to do it. I had enough money to pay for it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a bike. So my ambition kind of changed into wanting to ride a motorcycle through the coast of Croatia instead of just biking. And I was lucky enough to kind of see a lot of Croatia on different projects and vacations, so I know a lot of nice spots. And during COVID, so in 2020, I started to do my sessions called 35mm sessions, and that was kind of my way of combining two things that I love, and that's music and shooting photo and video. And I always dreamt of kind of putting that on the road to combine everything that I like, and that's like riding a motorcycle, shooting, and music. And 2 years in a row, 2 summers, I wanted to make that happen, but it required me to be 2-3 weeks on the road while I had other jobs that were kind of waiting for me. So I never really had the time nor the, let's say, money to do it, because it requires a lot of money and equipment, in like paying for the gas, paying for the everyday meals, paying for accommodation. So it's not easy, especially such a project that I don't want to work with somebody that's super famous, so it's like a whole production. The idea is to work with musicians who are kind of fresh, undiscovered, like some parts of the Croatia. So Soundscape, the road trip, is the idea that I'm traveling with a motorcycle and shooting sessions on various nice locations. And for this project, I wanted to have something that has to do with Croatia. So it's a very broad topic, like what has to do with Croatia. But it can be somebody singing on a boat, it can be somebody like traditional music, traditional instruments, traditional, let's say, scales of singing. It can be a variety of things, but it has to combine something about Croatia and on the location. And it's a fairly interesting niche, because usually when you have productions, you have like a lot of people on sets, and it's hard to get it, especially to go on some crazy locations. But when you're on a motorcycle and everything you need is kind of fits in your bags, and the musicians also have like a very basic setup, I just plug everything in a recorder and we're rolling. So that's a very nice idea. And how I got the GFX grant is that I had this project in the back of my mind, like I want to do it. And a friend of mine linked me, she's like, oh look, Fujifilm is doing some kind of a grant. And that year I kind of switched to Fuji as my main camera. And I was like, oh, interesting. And the deadline for applying was fairly short, like maybe a week. And I was like, okay, this sounds perfect for my Soundscape of Croatia project. And I applied and I got it. What I've heard is that there were around 2,000 applicants, and each region, like let's say the Americas, the Europe, Middle East and Africa, and the Asia, each have 5 people that can kind of get the grant, so 15 in total. So I'm very lucky to be one of 5 in my whole region to be able to do this. And why I do it, I kind of want to preserve a little bit of Croatia's culture. And that's something that I found out that people that I talked to liked the most, and especially the judges kind of felt that at the interview, that's something that everybody resonated with, is that in a way, doing such projects with elements of Croatia, especially the location and the music, you kind of preserve a little bit of culture. So that was the basic idea that everybody kind of goes with. And yes, we're doing this project basically for the grant that's going to be showcased in Japan, in Tokyo, in an exhibition, as they told me, in November. Last year they also did it in Shanghai and London, and during a presentation they mentioned that they will add some others like world cities as well, but I currently do not know which ones. So yeah, today is Monday. I'm starting my journey on Sunday. Everything is kind of set, all the equipment is bought, tested, and I'm just hoping that I'll have good weather and that everything goes smoothly. So yeah, by the time you're gonna see this, everything's gonna be done and shot, so I'll try to kind of post maybe 2 videos per week, so you kind of have the whole experience of how it was to be on a road trip and how it is to shoot. I hope you enjoy this journey, because I'm super excited to kind of do it, and I do want to share this with everybody, just to kind of see what it is to travel Croatia, what it is to be a motorcyclist, and of all, to get some kind of landscape and culture with it. Yeah. See you in the next video, I assume. This is the first time I'm doing it, so yeah, see you in the next video.